But tonight, the Cubs are our host, and so we're going to talk more about the Cubs versus our arrangement at the other ballpark. All right, first financial, 18 home games we had here at Sloan Park. I believe that's the most we've ever had during a spring training season. The good news is our new service agreement with the Cubs, we get paid per game. So we got a little extra money there for those extra games. So thank you, Justin, very, very much for that per game stipend. 251,000 fans attended games here at Sloan Park. That is a record for the Cubs. That's a record for the Cactus League. That's a record for the Grapefruit League. So we know what we're doing here in treating our fans and patrons very, very well. And one day against the Red Sox, actually 16,100 people, at least was the announced attendance. I think there's a little bit of fudging going on there, but that was the attendance one day, which also set a record both here in Arizona and in Florida. One of our major revenue streams, as you may know, is the 50-50 raffle that we conduct here at Sloan Park. This season, we collected in gross receipts $407,000, which is an increase of about 5% over last year, albeit we did have 18 games this year. In one game in particular, on March 17th, which was St. Patrick's Day, a day game against the Chicago White Sox, our 50-50 raffle crew sold 55,135, which again set a record. The record we reached last year was 47,000. We did 55,000. That's a 17% increase over that one game last year, which is just phenomenal. And the 50-50 rep, a lot of the Hohokams know this in the email I sent out, but maybe our guests don't. The 50-50 rep that was here that day, who also does the same thing back in Chicago at Wrigley Field. And mind you, Wrigley Field holds 41,000 people. We hold about 15 to 16,000 here. Never, not once at Wrigley Field last year did they exceed $55,000 in sales. And the good news for Cubs Charities and for the Mesa Hohokam Foundation, 3 of the 18 prizes this year went unclaimed. That's the unclaimed prizes totaled $50,000. That was not claimed, which now inures to the Cubs Charities and the Mesa Hohokam Foundation. I think Justin Phillip maybe overserved a few people that day that didn't know they won. Does that sound about right? Probably so, although he wouldn't say that. I want to recognize 2 of that crew for 50-50 raffle because it's really quite extraordinary. And please know, everyone here has a very important job with our organization, from parking cars to taking tickets at the gates to ushering to selling programs, the 50-50 raffle, the counting room, the leadership upstairs, the command center with Jimmy Jones. Everybody has an important job. I just wanted to recognize 2 people. This first one is actually a Hohokam. She's a member, and she is just going gangbusters. She sold, of the 407,000, she sold 82,000 worth of tickets, which is roughly 20% of the total. And that lady is none other than Angela Vaughn. Angela, stand up. Thank you very much for your efforts. And she was such a trooper that the last day at the other ballpark, when the Cubs were playing the Oakland A's, she went over there and sold 50-50 raffle tickets over there. And guess what? She was the leading salesperson that day at Hohokam Park. So thank you very much. This other lady, who actually sold the third most tickets. She's married to a Hohokam. Been a Hohokam for 43 years. Quite remarkable. And this lady has the same volunteer spirit that her husband does. And this lady happens to be 76 years old. Karen Baughman, please stand up. Be recognized. If you ever watch her, she does like to wear tutus, Justin, just so you know. But she gets here early. She walks all the way out to what we call the green lot. She walks all the way out to the red lot. She's doing all this at the ripe old age of 76 years old. It's really quite remarkable. Thank you for all you do. We actually did make a little bit of money in program sales, so Paul McKee and Joe Ramirez, thanks a lot for all of your efforts. But the most important numbers are 185 and 58. 185 is the number of Hohokam members in our organization. And it's a pleasure serving with all of you. Thank you very much for what you do. To give up time during the busy time during the month of March. It's incredible the things that we do at here and Hohokam Park, so thank you very much. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And the other number is 58. And 58, Hohokams are obviously all volunteers, but we actually have a volunteer auxiliary as well. And Gary Whitley and Mark Fullerton run that for us now. 58 volunteers served, weren't members, but served side by side with Hohokams. And for that, what I'd like to do is have every one of our volunteers stand up, please, and be recognized. I think we got about 25 or so here. Thank you very much. We expect all of you back next season. And we could not do all the tasks that we're asked to do without this additional crew that we have. And so please know that, and you're respected, you're warranted, and we're glad you participate with us during spring training. With all that, again, thank you very, very much for all you do for our organization. Thanks to Justin and Lauren for throwing the party tonight. And have a good time. And if you haven't met Justin and Lauren, I would come up here and shake their hand, tell them thanks for a great partnership that we've had over the years. They're really neat people to know, and I would encourage you to do that. Have a great night. With that, we'll bid you adieu, and we'll see you here soon at another Hohokam function. Thanks a lot.